Hey, this is Jay Combs with Our Home of eXp Realty, and I want to give you some tips on how to navigate the home buying and home selling process and how to do that simultaneously in our market in 2022. That's right, I'm sure you've had a heck of a time or heard of other people having a heck of a time trying to get their home ready to sell and buy without being without a home, and how to make that transition. I wanted to give you just a few tips on how to do that and how to overcome being without a house if you were to sell, because we all know that the house will sell if it's marketed with the right group. And so let's talk a little bit about that. So the first is setting clear expectations with you, your spouse, with whoever's in the home selling and buying transition. And so setting those clear expectations on your game plan will help you out big time when you're actually going out and making the transition. The one thing that I would say is make sure that your home is ready to go. You know, if it needs staging or if it needs cleaning up or anything like that, like make sure the home is super attractive to get the most amount of people in, because the more people that come into your house and love it, the more offers you're going to get, right? So the selling part's easy, right? So the next is you need to make sure that you're super crystal clear on the buy side. The second thing is ask for a few different ways to either extend your closing. Another way that you can protect yourself is to put a suitable housing clause in the sale of your house. And what that means as a seller is that you have a contingency in the contract that protects you, that you find suitable housing, and if you can't find suitable housing, that you can terminate the contract with earnest money going back and no penalties to each person. Then you can do a lease back as well. And what a lease back is when you close on the property, you get a guaranteed time to where you can lease the property back in the event that you weren't able to find a house right away. Or you could, like I said, once again, you could do a delayed closing, do a 90-day closing. That way it gives you ample amount of time to do that. So those are some really good ways to do it. But let's talk about making that transition to the buy side. The first thing, before you go out and make any movement, you need to make sure that you're not only pre-approved, but you pre-underwrite, not just pre-qualification, but a pre-approval where they underwrite, you give them all your documentation, that you know if you sell that you were 100% certain to be able to close on the next property. There's companies out there, tip number 3, I would say, there's companies out there that will buy the home that you want to buy so that you have time to sell the house that you already live in. And they go out, they execute on it. You're going to pay a fee to them, of course, but there's companies that can go out and do that, and that may help because they buy the house all cash. You pay anywhere from 2 to 3% of the cost, which is really low cost considering all things. And you come in with a cash offer, it's really, really attractive, and close, and then you can lease the property back. Until then, you can even transition into the new house and then get the old house cleaned up and ready to sell. But yeah, so making sure that you're pre-approved, making sure that you protect yourself on the sell and the buy side. Make sure that your sell is locked up really tight, and that way, if you have to put the contingency in on the buy side, that it's rock solid. Let that homeowner know that you are good to go. But those are some really crucial tips and tricks. We have a lot of sellers that will sell with us because they want the assurance to know that if they do sell with us, they're not going to be without a home, or that they have a place to go, that they have a game plan. And that's like what I said to begin with. You have to have clear expectations and a strategy, guys, to get you to the next scenario. And so if you don't have that correct strategy, you're going to be in a situation of where you may be dealing with a house that's under contract and nowhere to go. Or something falls through with the home inspection on the house that you're buying. You want to back out of it, but now you're under contract with your house, and once again, you're in in that scenario of where you're without a house. And so there's strategies. Work with a good agent that's going to protect your best interests. I tell people, people pay a buyer's agent, their fee, not for that one transaction, but the years and years of experience that they have to protect someone in these situations. And so if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell in this market, let us know. We're happy to navigate you through the waters, and we know how all the strategies work. We know how to protect you as the client to get you in the best situation. Just find a really good agent no matter what, to protect you, to protect your best interest, and to make sure that you know how to navigate simultaneously on buying a home and selling your current home. For more tips, tricks, everything else, stay tuned. Click the like button and follow for more tips and tricks on the buying market and updates with what's going on in the market.